What's up guys, this is the Asus ProArt PA278QV. I mean seriously, who names this stuff? And in this reviewer's humble opinion, this might be the best all-purpose, all-round monitor going on the market right now. And today, I'm going to tell you why. Let's go. What's up guys, I'm Phil, you're watching Phil and You In. This is a channel where I like to talk about the latest and greatest tech from the perspective of the people who are actually going to be buying this thing, and that's you. So if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you just take a moment to go and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. And if you really want to hear from me, hit that notifications bell as well so you never miss a trick. So this monitor is from Asus's ProArt line of monitors, which is aimed predominantly at creative professionals. But at a price point of just £330, this thing is suitable for potentially anybody, not just creative individuals, even potentially gamers, and we'll come on to that more in a bit. So let's start by talking about this thing's spec. So first things first, you're netting yourself a 27-inch 1440p display, or rather also known as Quad HD. Quad HD sits really nicely between HD and 4K in terms of a price to pixels ratio. If you've been slumming it on a sort of 21, 22 inch regular HD monitor for the last few years, well, you're in for a treat when you pick this thing up. Quad HD will net you about 77% more pixels, and when combining that with a 27-inch display, you're going to find a huge amount more room for doing productivity type tasks from your day-to-day job, spreadsheets, Word, software development, Photoshop, video editing, you name it. There is a user who will find a purpose for this thing. The panel underpinning this display is what's known as an IPS panel, which means you should get great color accuracy, wide viewing angles, and brilliant visibility in brightly lit conditions. Now, out of the box, this thing was stunning, to the point where I intend to use this as a second display alongside a 27-inch 1440p gaming monitor I've already got. Its color calibration was fantastic. So it comes Kalman verified, which basically means there's a certificate in the box which proves that the engineers and the manufacturers who put this thing together have pre-calibrated it before shipping it to you, which is brilliant. It takes the edge off completely, and to the point where I actually had to go back and calibrate my existing monitor to get its color range looking something similar to the perfection that this thing first of all came with. And what's more, that color accuracy will get you 99% of the sRGB color spectrum covered, but it'll only sadly get you 75% on the Adobe RGB color gamut. So if you're a creative professional who uses Photoshop, relies on color accuracy for print media, you're going to need to stick up the cash for a more expensive, more color accurate monitor. You also get a sub 5 millisecond response time, and that is to say the amount of time it takes for a pixel to change from one color to another. And you also get a 75 Hertz refresh rate, which is to say the number of separate images the monitor can display every single second. Note that out of the box, Windows automatically configure this to a 60 Hertz refresh rate rather than 75. So you're going to want to make sure you go into your display settings and manually set this to 75 Hertz so you're getting the absolute most out of the thing. What this all adds up to is a monitor that actually very easily can be used for gaming. Now, sure, if you're playing esports titles where you need 100 plus FPS and sub 1 millisecond response time, you're going to pay out the cash for a dedicated gaming monitor. But if you want to play AAA titles and you have a graphics card that's not the latest 3000 series of NVIDIA graphics chips, I mean, if you can get your hands on one, then actually what you're going to find is if you're playing on ultra settings, the likelihood of you regularly exceeding 75 FPS anyway is actually probably quite low. So if you're on a bit of a budget and you want a monitor that's both color accurate and suitable for casual gaming, then yeah, I could absolutely highly recommend this. As far as the construction of this thing goes, the bezels are nice and thin on the sides and the top. The same can't be said for the bottom side, unfortunately, which houses the monitor's controls. I mean, obviously we all prefer it if the controls are hidden on the underside or the joystick on the back, but at this price point, can't really complain too much. We also have a lot of versatility. So the monitor includes tilt, pivot, and height adjustment. And you can even put this into portrait mode if that's the kind of thing you're looking for. And on the reverse of the monitor, we've also got options to mount a VESA bracket to it, meaning you could either attach this to the wall or probably more preferably for the ultimate adjustability, sticking this thing on a monitor arm, you get that really nice, clean looking setup on your desk. This thing's got a huge array of ports, so you shouldn't have much trouble hooking this up to any device you've got, including DisplayPort, mini DisplayPort, HDMI, even DVI. There's room for headphone jacks, and there's a USB hub in here, meaning you can link your mouse and your keyboard to it and link a single cable from the device to your computer, really helping that nice clean setup. Unfortunately, there's no USB-C connection or cable included in the box. So if you've only got USB-C options on your modern laptops, you're going to need to invest in an adapter, but that shouldn't set you aside too much. But it's definitely something you should keep in mind if you're planning on buying this thing. There's a number of display settings pre-configured inside the monitor. As I've already said, the standard one is beautiful and vibrant straight out of the box, but there is also the sRGB mode you can enter into if you need to use that functionality for the type of work you're doing, which is fantastic. And well, the final use case is my use case. You see, I'm fortunate enough to already own a 27-inch 1440p gaming grade Asus display. What I was looking for is a second 1440p monitor to go alongside that. And sadly, my current old 1080p display finally succumbed to dead pixels. Oh no, what a shame. Now I have an excuse to buy this thing, which I'm really, really happy about. Now, in an ideal world, sure, I'd just go out and buy exactly the same display again for that complete parity in terms of the image I'm getting. But at the same time, the gaming display I've got is about £200 more than this thing. This thing hits the sweet spot for me. It maintains similar brightness levels, similar color accuracy, but comes in at a much lower price point. It's great for creative professionals who don't need die-hard color accuracy for the work they're doing. It's great for day-to-day, work from home, productivity type individuals who want more screen space and more pixels to aid their daily workflow. And it's great for casual gamers as well, who aren't rocking the latest 3000 series of NVIDIA graphics chips, keeping it in and around that 75 Hz, 75 frames per second refresh rate. All in all, this thing is a great product at a great price point from Asus, and you really should consider adding this to your setup. And that's it for today, guys. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give that like button a little tickle. If you haven't already, go and hit that subscribe button for me. Help me push me to that 100 subscriber mark. I'd hugely appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.